What's up, everyone? Welcome into the stream. It is the Great Nimbus Debates podcast, Dragon Ball Z podcast, where we debate the vague and not so vague things about Dragon Ball. What's up, everyone? Sorry about the late start. Moon Vinny, welcome in. Charm City, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great Sunday full of rest, laughter, food, goodness, and all that good stuff. Let's get into the podcast. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So we will start our intros. I am SquallRush, gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. No real new announcements. Oh, actually, I did post a Pokemon TCG Pocket Deck video this morning. It is my Dragonite deck. Dragonite can work in any deck now, thanks to the new Dragonair. Dragonair is colorless energy, so that means you can use him wherever, whenever, with whoever. And this one's kind of a weird deck. I made him with Mega Absol instead. Someone used it on me and I thought it was a weird quirky cook, so I decided to make it. But I didn't know the deck list, so I made my own and made it work. So check it out. It's on YouTube and Rumble. And that's pretty much it. Besides that, hit the link tree. Hit the Buy Me a Coffee account. Join our Discords. I have a couple of them. So make sure you hit my link tree if you want to check out the Discords and my other platforms. I have a bunch of different platforms. I'm everywhere. If I'm not on the platform that you like or you know, let me know. I'll probably make an account. Besides that, no real new announcements. Seven Ninja, take it away, buddy.
What's good, my nigga?
Oh, wow. I am 7 Ninja 7. You can find me at Game Jolt MeWe and Rumble. I should send you right to my Rumble channel. I am a ninja connoisseur, anime connoisseur. I've probably seen it. If I haven't, I'll probably check it out. Regardless, the only announcements I got is that we're playing Stalker 2 right now. So if you want to see more of that, check out the channel. Join my Discord. A little quiet right now. We got a couple people, but we're a little quiet right now. But I could use you to make it more bustling. So consider joining. And outside of that, consider subscribing to this channel, SquallRush G&D, future podcast episodes. Any support would help out a good deal. And lastly, because I just remembered, the anime we will be watching for the coming up Nerding Out is Carbonari of the Iron Fortress. So if you're ready to check us, you want to talk about that, come by the podcast. Some of you can chop in the chat. Others can watch in the chat. It is what it is. But regardless, take it over, Brockstrap Kun.
All right. Brockstrap 55 on Rumble. Yeah.
Screw that guy.
Right. Brockstrap 55 on Rumble. I do some Pokemon stuff. Do a little bit Diablo, just whatever I feel like during that day. And dad joke guy, I guess. I even have a Dragon Ball Z one today. Why does Captain Ginyu fail as a cashier?
Because
when they ask for change, he says change now. All right.
I knew it had something to do with change. I just couldn't think of what it was.
Right. So anyway, all joking aside, let's get into it.
All right, hold up. Rock straps. Discord.
Indeed.
Make sure I shout it out. And
I'm always saying that.
Brock straps. Panel. I got a question, 7 Ninja. Why the 7 in front and behind after your name? Why that number of all numbers?
Believe it or not, when it first started, I was like thinking of casinos, and so like it was like 7 and 7. But then like when I put it together, it was like 3 7s. So I was like, oh, it's like 3 7s. All right, there we go. So originally it was just, I wanted to cap it off with something. It wasn't anything special. But I went to get with that idea of just like a lucky 7s.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Why the number?
In green, so.
The
Green,
number
so.
55,
Brock.
high school football. That was my jersey number back in the day. Brock strap was my high school nickname, and that was my high school football number. So
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
it's over already.
Let's get into segments. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So, first will be my topic. Crap. You know what? I forgot to post that I'm live everywhere. Let me do
That's
a
crazy.
quick little post real quick.
Do it.
So guys, we are the perfectly professional podcast, But yeah.
Hey,
Brock,
Brock,
how you been doing, man? How you been, Brock? I haven't seen you in I don't know how long. Like,
Yeah, it's been a minute.
in like 2-3 weeks, maybe. Has it been 3 weeks?
Yeah, since I've been kind of lurking in chats and stuff, but I haven't really been on.
Yeah.
I haven't really been on. Been on. And I probably will continue to really not be on.
I heard.
Stuff in life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say getting in the way, but probably needs to be prioritized more at the moment. So I'm going to prioritize those more at the moment. And
Gotcha.
at some point, I'll still be around.
Yeah.
Just not as much.
Did I hear you got a raise?
Yep, I got
promotion.
a quote unquote
Ooh,
promotion. So
that's nice.
we'll see how that goes. I'll be spending more time there probably and getting some overtime, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it'll allow me more time to do this as often as I can, and also more time with family, and
Yeah.
just a good deal all around, I think.
I gotcha.
So
Volume, are you good?
Yeah, I'm pretty much good.
All right.
So, the first topic for today is, what is Vegeta's most worst moment? We're talking about, like, it could be his worst moment, as in most embarrassing. Could be his most asshole moment. Could be like just between those two, I would say. What is like his
you say best worst moment?
best worst moment? Yeah, I guess it could be the best worst moment. It's kind
Or
of
no, like I'm sorry, I lost track of what. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
best worst moment. Like was the most asshole thing he ever did, or the most embarrassing thing he ever did? Let's see. We started last with Brock, so we can start with Brock. What are you thinking, Brock?
So I can think of probably two things, both embarrassing and asshole-ish. The one I think that would come to everybody's mind is when he finally lets Babidi give him that power up, and to guarantee that he has a fight with Goku, he starts obliterating people in the world tournament stage. So that would probably be the worst moment. If we're thinking best worst, which is kind of funny / embarrassing, probably when Beerus showed up and he was trying to do everything in his power to make sure Beerus didn't do anything. And he did the whole, I even have like the dance as an emote on my chat for when I go streaming and doing the whole, I can't remember what bingo dance was it? The bingo. Yeah. So I would say that was the worst moment, but to ever see Vegeta as anything other than cocky or confident was out of the normal. So I don't know if it's embarrassing, but I think it was for him.
So you're if you could pick one, what would be the worst moment between those two?
The worst moment is probably the Big Bang blast into the crowd at the tournament or the martial arts tournament. Was it the 25th Budokai? Is that what that one was?
I forget what number it is, but I know what moment you're talking about.
Yeah, in the Boo Saga for sure.
All right, Seven Ninja.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I think the worst moments, because I was thinking about what Brock said about Beerus, and I was like, it is embarrassing, but it's not like it's attacking his pride. He's fighting in a way that would make sense for someone like Beerus. It's like he's locking in a way like no one else understands the danger. He's locking in, and so I don't know if I'd say it'll look embarrassing, but it makes sense in the end. However, something that's really embarrassing for Vegeta is when Android 18 folded him and broke his arm. He's in full cocky Vegeta mode. He's just got Super Saiyan 2 and he gets folded by a woman.
I think the woman part isn't the embarrassing part there. Could be. I think it's just he thought he was going to take the android out and just was a no-go.
Man, she folded him, made his arm the other way around.
Do you think he would have felt as embarrassed if it was 17 instead of 18? I guess we could go that route. Maybe the woman part added a tiny bit in there, but
it's like, I feel like 18. I feel like the reason that the 18, because 17 was kind of, he had a bit of the cockiness, the little brawler. He would have tapped into that energy like Vegeta had. 18 wasn't really feeling that. She was kind of that calm and collected, and she just folded him. She knocked him down. She knocked him down a peg. So like, again, like I feel like 17 would have toyed with him. 18 just folded him. She didn't care.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't think his shoulder ever recovered because he's always holding that.
He's still holding it. It's like Tony Stark, bro. Tony Stark has the same problem.
That's a pretty bad one. I'm not gonna lie. For me, my worst moment is when he killed Nappa, because he killed him in cold blood. The heck is that? As at Zeko Andromeda? I'm about to ban this dude. This is like the second time I've seen this fool post this in my
Andromeda.
Andromeda? Not Baby Blood?
Mass Effect?
Andromeda?
Andromeda.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mine is when he killed Nappa. He killed him in cold blood. It was definitely one of the most biggest asshole moves he could have did. Saiyans are cold-blooded. They don't really give a shit about anyone or anything. Blah blah blah. But I feel like there's no way he was that cold-hearted. Because after that saga, when they fought Frieza, and then he was basically on his deathbed talking to Goku, like, we're the last two Saiyans, Kakarot. We're the last two, don't let him kill us all off. Well, I mean, like, you were part of that problem too. Like, there's three of you guys, and you killed one of the last ones. So if you really felt that way, well, why'd you go and do that, you know? So that's
absolutely.
So that's why I think he's like in like one of his worst moments, because obviously tries to play it off like he doesn't care, but he really did. Especially since he grew up with Nappa since he was a kid, you know. That was damn near like his uncle or something at that point. So that's why I think that's one of his worst moments, killing Nappa in cold blood. Grew up with him, and you can obviously see there's like some sort of pride in being a Saiyan, like in anyone who is a Saiyan, he takes pride in. So he definitely regrets it, in my opinion.
So,
go ahead, Ninja, lay it on me. Why or why not is your version better than mine, or worse?
I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at facts here. Vegeta was just revealed. I mean, I don't even think Toriyama was really planning on continuing him, because like you look at like Raditz died. Like we haven't seen Raditz, and so I don't really feel like his plan really was to bring more Saiyans in until people really love Vegeta. But to take it back into like the story, Vegeta, at least in this stage, kind of just didn't care. I don't even think he believed he could beat Frieza at this moment. He kind of was saying that, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think he actually believed it. So like killing Nappa was just kind of like, it doesn't really matter right now. It was only after having the thought that he could get the Dragon Balls that he say, oh, you know, maybe there's something more I could do. And I think that like that plays a bigger role into why because that moment felt like it's a Tuesday, like you failed me and killing you. It's just another Tuesday. But like him getting folded, you're talking about his pride is in his power. It is in this thing that he's been wanting to be for years. He's been calling himself the Super Saiyan for how long? And then he sees a low-class Saiyan get it. And so then he catches up and he's like, yeah, I did it. And I'm about to beat the big bad. And then after all this stuff happens, he's like, I'm the ultimate life form. I'm stealing from Shadow for a moment. I'm the ultimate life form. No one can stop me. And then he goes up to Android 18 and she breaks his arm and she just tears him down right then and there. You're talking about someone whose pride has been hurt. Okay? This is the first time Vegeta realized someone could be stronger than him. like Frieza was bad, right? But like he kind of toppled that guy, right? He had to get humbled again. Like I just feel like that's greater than him killing someone on a Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Is Brock back? I want to write down a little bit of honorable mentions. Well, actually, I could say a couple honorable mentions since Brock's not here yet. What about the time Vegeta got folded, slapped around silly by Kid Buu? That was bad, bro.
I mean, it's not really as embarrassing though, because he already knew things are pretty tough.
I felt bad for Vegeta, bro. He was getting dogged on by Kid Buu. Like he was getting chokeholded by Kid Buu's little silly noodle arm, you know, and thrown around. Like Kid Buu brought him up to his face. It was like boom, blasted him point blank in the face, bro. He was he was a rag doll.
I mean, like it's not like though, like because like we could even take it a step further on the idea of like humans versus non-humans, right? Like. Or human, because like, you know, Vegeta's still looking at Android 18. She's like, he may not even know what an android is at this point. He's thinking they're a human. Well, I mean, Krillin's the strongest human in the Saiyan saga, in the Frieza saga, right? And like, he wasn't that strong in the comparison to Vegeta. I could see him being bothered by that. Versus like in a situation like versus Kid Buu, like he's already did the final elimination. Whatever that thing that kills him is, he's already did that, and he's now fighting something that's dangerous. And it would be embarrassing if everyone was like. Let me take a step into the future. It would be embarrassing if it was a situation where, like, I guess we're going back in the past, But anyway, like how he's talking about Gohan and how Gohan's like not stronger than he should be. He should be like way stronger than he is. Like, it would be embarrassing for him to talk all that mess, and Gohan and Goku are doing far more to Kid Buu than he is. Like that's a lot different. Like, everyone was struggling against Kid Buu, so it's kind of like, can they really talk tough to him, fully knowing that they're struggling against Kid Buu? I don't think they would. Like, it's like it'd be one thing if he was he got Yamcha'd. He's fighting just as much as they are.
You got Yamcha'd.
Like,
I don't know, bro. I think that's pretty bad because Goku put up. I would say Goku in Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 at that time was a little bit stronger, but around the same power as Vegeta in Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. And Goku put up a pretty decent fight against Kid Buu in Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. And then put up an even more good fight in Super Saiyan 3. Still lost at the end of the day, still got whooped. But when Vegeta stepped in, it was just like, bro, what happened, bro? You were like right there to Goku. Now it's like clear as day there's a real difference in power here. You're damn near Yamcha side character power at this point in the grand scheme of things,
I don't know, man.
Whooped, dog. It was like, bro, he had no chance.
Oh,
it was
I
pathetic.
was playing in the background.
I'll put it that way.
I mean, it was certainly something. I don't feel like he'd be as embarrassed though. It's like, it's an actual like let's take it back to like Beerus. Like, he's dealing with an actual threat. He's not gonna be really feeling it as is something that he thinks should be weaker than him. He knows Kid Buu's stronger than him. That's not a question. He knows he's stronger than everybody. Like, I don't know. I don't think it plays much on his psyche in the same way. I don't think, like, he's more locked in here than he is in any other way. He knows he's not the anchor here, but he knows he can buy time. I don't think he's in the same mindset as someone who thinks he's better than everyone else because he's obtaining the ability of a legend. And that's a whole different Vegeta.
He had a cool moment against Beerus. When Bulma got slapped, he slapped Beerus around for a couple hits.
Yeah,
versus
but like,
Kid Buu, he didn't have a single cool moment other than convincing some extra humans to give Goku some energy for the Spirit Bomb. That was it. But during the fight, nothing.
Yeah, but like, his wife didn't get slapped at all. She might have died, but like, he doesn't know that.
Kid Buu got way weaker. Kid Buu, yeah, he should have known Kid Buu, like Buu killed Bulma and everyone. So, but he didn't have none of that crazy anger rage boost.
Yeah, but it's something to say like, someone died in your vicinity versus you heard someone died. Like as far as he's aware, he isn't even really, I don't even think he knows at this moment, because it's not like he met her at the counter and he died. Like, he died way before she did. So like, she would be in line at this point while he's like out fighting.
Nah, bro, he had to know, because freaking Kid Buu blew up the earth right before his eyes. Or almost right before his eyes. He got mad at Goku for saving Hercule and
let's take a step. Let's take a step back though. We're also talking about a Vegeta that like Super Vegeta is like a lot more calm and fatherly and husbandly, versus we're talking about Kid Buu Saga Vegeta. He was starting to walk that way. Like, I'd even say like we could go towards Daima. Daima's really the first start of like, this is what Super Vegeta is going. This is the start of Super Vegeta. Right. So like, he's even still, and maybe you say like, well, what about future Trunks? And I'd argue that like, although it comes from a bridge, my baby boy, like, it would mean something to Vegeta to see his son die in front of him versus his wife. at least that Vegeta anyway, it would mean so much more because he's done seen this boy fight, he's done seen him train, he's had some kind of bond, and whatever a bond would be for a Saiyan of it, like him. He's done had that moment with his son. That like you see it with the Cell Saga, you would not have seen the same thing with that variant of Vegeta inside of the Buu Saga. It just wouldn't happen.
That's another embarrassing moment I put down. When Trunks dies, he goes rage mode, fails to kill Cell. It was complete, utter failure. I think that was a pretty bad moment. Anyone who has a rage boost moment in the show usually pulls off a dub of some sort. Or does something cool. I mean, I think the only one who didn't pull off anything cool was probably Goku in early Dragon Ball after Krillin dies, and he goes and tries to kill Piccolo Jr.'s not Piccolo Jr., Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo's demon looking reptile thing, and he loses the fight. But he bounces back up. He like gets some food and then goes and finds him again and kills him off the second time. But Vegeta just not even weak, you know, he rested, fully healed. Well, I guess he fought a Cell Jr. Oh, that was pretty embarrassing. His final flash, freaking
Final Flash
got bounced off
like
by Cell Jr. So he fights a Cell Jr.
He already knows.
Goes to kill a Cell Jr. Trunks dies, fails to avenge Trunks after Rage Boost, and just gets folded in like one hit by a perfect Cell.
Would you say that's embarrassing or versus being in despair?
Both.
Despair isn't the same. I mean, despair isn't exactly embarrassment. He has no. Despair would be like, I did everything I could and I failed. Versus embarrassment would be like, I know I'm better than you, then why did I lose? Like the whole reason he's upset about the fact that Goku even put him in a critical state is embarrassment. Versus he, at this point, doesn't really have much reason to believe that he can win. Like, he's not in that mindset of, I'm going to kill Cell. He has no idea. He knows he's got to lock in. But to go as far as to say he's certain he'll kill Cell, and then that rage boost happen, like, we're not talking about embarrassment at that point. We're talking about despair. And I feel like the despair of that situation, it would have been greater if Gohan died. And if that was the case, it would have been a worse moment.
I think that's pretty bad, in my opinion. Maybe not the top worst moment for him, but it's pretty bad. Like, because after he gets folded by a Cell, and then I think Gohan has to go save him. So not only he failed at killing Cell, he had to get saved. And then after he gets saved, he tells Gohan, I'm sorry. And he never says sorry, so that's how you know his pride is taking a huge blow. He has to apologize, and he never apologizes. That's pretty bad.
I think you might be right on this, only on the fact that after the battle's over, Vegeta quits being a fighter.
Yeah, that's a bad moment too. He says he's never gonna fight again, and the person he hates the most, his son, gets the dub on a final boss, not him.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad. So not only do the person he hates the most surpasses him, but his son surpasses him too. That's bad, in my opinion.
Yep.
That's full on embarrassing and a low moment. That's one of the lowest moments for Vegeta, in my opinion.
Just grade 2 versus grade 3? Are we?
Nah, we're talking about when Super Perfect Cell kills Trunks with like his own death beam. Vegeta has a rage boost, fails to kill Cell in that rage boost.
Right.
When mostly everybody across the whole show, whenever they get a rage boost, they pull off an awesome feat. Vegeta has a terrible rage boost moment where he fails at avenging his own son.
Right.
And then after he fails at avenging his own
That way you're
son,
just standing
gets
here
folded by
hovering my
Cell,
way.
gets saved
Nobody
by
can
Gohan
do anything.
when Cell goes to finish off Vegeta. And after he gets saved by Gohan, he tells Gohan, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, I'll wait till Brock returns.
So,
What's your thoughts on that, Seven Ninja?
I mean, it's kind of like if it causes him to feel like he can't be a fighter anymore, I think that might be the worst, because there's not really ever a moment like that any other time. So, like, that would have to be the worst moment.
That would be one of the worst moments.
He's never had a moment like that. But again, in this moment, it's a matter of despair versus a matter of embarrassment. Is embarrassment greater than despair? I don't know. But I feel like, at least in the case of Vegeta, Vegeta wouldn't have outright felt powerless from getting folded by 18. He would have just came back from that. But the despair of losing the Cell is fully knowing that there's no chance of him winning in any shape or form. I feel like that is greater. It's not necessarily greater in a general sense, and that's because everyone's in that situation. Versus the only one who's in that situation is Vegeta versus 18.
No, I will give your moment some brownie points, because there are a shit ton of memes off of Vegeta's loss to Android 18. After he loses to Android 18, there's a bunch of memes of him just sitting there looking up at the rain. That was after Android 18's loss. So yeah, Brock. Basically, I brought up the time where Trunks dies to Cell with his death beam. And then he has that rage boost moment where he fails at his rage boost moment. And after he gets folded, Cell tries to finish him off. Gohan saves him and then loses his arm for the rest of the saga or that fight. And then while Vegeta's sitting there powerless and basically useless, he tells Gohan, I'm sorry. He never says sorry ever. So that's a huge blow to him. And basically, not only did the person he hates the most, Goku, he knows Goku surpassed him. That's why he got the fight with Cell. But now his son is the one that surpassed him too. So that's a pretty low moment for Vegeta in my eyes.
That's a low moment for Vegeta. I wouldn't say Vegeta was the reason Gohan went to save Vegeta. I would say Gohan's the reason Gohan went to save Vegeta.
But my point is, he got saved, and he hates he would rather die than be saved.
Yeah, maybe. It felt like that was a moment of growth for him, and it was enough to make him stop fighting. But I don't think that moment was what made him stop fighting. I think it was the fact that the person he saw as his equal was gone, or his rival was gone. And so that it wasn't that he was embarrassed that he stopped fighting. It was just that he didn't see the purpose without Kakarot around. And then, but yeah, no, right. We've seen the rage boost work against Beerus to a degree. So yeah, that was kind of a low moment where that moment should have mattered as much, but yeah, he just couldn't muster the power. So that was kind of a low. I don't know what the difference between the rage boost multiplier would have been from one instance to the other, but so I don't know. That's definitely, it's a low moment for him. I would say some of the differences between some of the moments we're referencing here are moments for Vegeta and moments from Vegeta, right? So the one that I mentioned earlier was a bad moment from Vegeta against the crowd, right? Who literally could have done nothing, versus I think both your examples were kind of bad for Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got another.
But yeah, all bad nonetheless.
I got another honorable mention. Actually, Brock, what's your take on? What about your version? Your see the Big Bang against the crowd versus Vegeta killing off Nappa.
I would say the crowd, because they were innocent and it didn't matter. One was kind of betrayal. Well, they were both kind of moments of betrayal, really, because one was betrayal against his guy that was on his team forever and ever, kind of showing that old ruthless. But the other moment was betrayal because it seemed like he was kind of part of the team at that time finally. And then it was just like whoa, like, okay, not completely out of character, but we thought he was better. So both moments of betrayal, but I would argue that Nappa wasn't entirely innocent and honestly kind of deserved it, where the crowd definitely had nothing to do with anything. So I would say it was kind of the same thing, but the victims were different circumstantially.
Okay, fair points. All right, some other honorable mentions I was thinking. Let's see, I wrote it down. All right, what do you guys think about your guys' examples versus Vegeta fighting Final Form Frieza? Like, like he thought, like, once Krillin shot that blast through Vegeta's chest and he got healed by Dende, he thought he would return with the Zenkai boost, and that he would probably. But hang on, we'll bring that up stuff. But yeah, he thought that once he returns from getting healed by Dende, that he would be a Super Saiyan. So he was all cocky and fighting Final Form Frieza, and he got folded so bad by Frieza that he started crying and gave up fighting and just accepted his fate and was getting choked and taking back shots. Like boom, boom, while getting choked by his tail, bro. What do you guys think about that one? That was pretty bad, bro. Him crying is like pretty, like, and giving up like that's huge in my eyes. What do you guys think?
I feel like the despair greater versus what happened with Cell. Now that's the question. I feel like in this particular case, it would be worse than what happened with Cell. And the only reason I say that is that, like, if we're talking about this version of Vegeta's mindset, he's like, he literally believes only he can win now. Like, Goku's down. He literally believes he's the only one that could do anything. And he's very aware of the fact that, like, it just doesn't matter. I think his despair is greater in this sense, because this leads to him crying and talking to Goku about, like, you need to put him down. Now, is this greater than him saying I'm sorry to Gohan as he's, like, in a very weakened state? I want to say it is. I think it is greater. A greater despair moment versus what, because again, this is more of Vegeta's enemy than it is Goku's, Gohan's, or whatever. But Cell was everyone's enemy, so it's less embarrassing. It's still despair, but there's a bigger team. He's got more allies that he knows he can rely on. Versus this, Vegeta doesn't have anybody. The despair is greater.
Well, they're different kinds too, because one is, even though I've done all the things I can think to get stronger, I'm still just not enough, and I'm the final, right? I'm the last line of defense. And then the other is, damn, like, I know I'm not strong enough, but I still kind of let my team down to a degree that is embarrassing. So there were two different kind of feelings, I think. Just like you were saying, really. But yeah, one was more like, oh man, no matter what, like, I'm just not enough. And then the other one was like, well, I know I'm not enough, but I thought I could do more, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Frieza one I think was pretty bad because this was the guy he's hated his whole life. This dude had him on a leash his whole life, and like he finally felt confident and cocky enough to win, and still came up short to the point he started crying and gave up.
Right. And that Vegeta probably could have taken on any other form of Frieza. It just happened to be that one finally.
Yep.
Another honorable mention. Letting Cell get perfect form. What do you guys think about that?
It was certainly the dumbest moment that he's ever had. Embarrassing versus dumb. You know what? He might have been apologizing to Gohan because he's the reason that like Cell got there. Is it worse though? Is it worse?
That's a debate amongst like Dragon Ball fans. Like, what was the worst thing that happened in the Cell saga between that and Krillin? So, was it one of Vegeta's worst moments? The worst moment? It was definitely one of the worst moments in the Cell saga for sure. But in all of Dragon Ball, he had a lot of bad moments. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about it now.
What are the outcomes?
I'm bringing it back to. I'm bringing it back to.
Sorry.
I'm bringing it back to the fact that like he knows that he can trample 18 before he gets humbled. With Cell, you could say that he knows then, but he's more or less wanting the greater challenge. He feels like he knows he can destroy 18, and he gets humbled. One feels like a Saiyan's nature. The other one feels like I know I'm better than you, and it's something of a comeuppance in comparison to those two.
We're all talking like Goku from Dragon Ball Super would not have done the exact same thing, wanting to fight the stronger guy. It's almost like an inherent pure Saiyan like motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So is it his worst moment? Probably like top 5. Could have just dealt with the threat right then and there. And then what's the outcomes afterwards, right? Trunks gets the hole in his chest. Goku has to do whatever he did. Gohan almost gets, everybody almost gets completely obliterated. The Cells, right? Cell Juniors just destroying the shit out of all the Earthlings. Yeah, it wasn't good. None of it was good.
I've got a better moment than all of them. The Broly movie. He's down.
Not trying at all.
He's down a majority of the movie.
Yeah, I've been seeing that moment pop up on threads pretty often where Piccolo picks up Vegeta by the hair and drags him like, come on, you coming with, like a little ragdoll.
Bro, that was disrespectful. It was Vegeta's fault too.
He's a legendary Super Saiyan, it doesn't matter.
There's a lot of bad moments, bro.
I think that might beat all of them, because like that's not only we've never seen Vegeta like that. He didn't even get beat.
Character with the most bad moments.
I don't think that's the worst, but it's definitely bad. It's embarrassing.
The most, like quantifiably, is he the one that has the most worst moments?
Probably.
I'd say so.
Like when I first did my what was Piccolo's most goated moment? Like I was thinking about it, and like I had 3 moments off the top of my head, and then like as I was thinking about it more to make the video longer, I was like, oh crap, he actually has a lot of good moments. Now it's like I'm having the same thing, but with Vegeta and his bad moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the last honorable mention I wanted to bring up, I have one more. Dragon Ball Daima, the bath moment.
I feel like that's so. It's embarrassing, but it's like everyone that's like had a girl or a wife knows what that means, and so they're not. It's embarrassing, but we're like, oh yeah, it's what it is.
Goku probably wouldn't have understood because he's a giant man-child, but I mean, anybody else that would have been there,
I think even Piccolo understood. I think Piccolo understood. I'm still off on that one.
I don't know, bro. Couldn't be Goku. You see Chi-Chi yelling and bitching at Goku all the time. Goku don't care. He ain't changing. Vegeta said, or Bulma says once, "I'm not taking no baths with you no more." Comes running back like a little puppy. That's Prince Vegeta here.
That's his
prideful, prideful Prince Vegeta, scurrying back like a little puppy, bro. In that one little moment,
bro.
Everybody's got their weakness, man.
You can't miss it on bath time.
Right?
What you mean? Chilling with the missus?
I'm a simp for nobody except my wife.
Oh, no,
I get it.
That's pretty bad.
He's feeling like a king during bath times. What do you mean?
That's one of my top moments, funniest moments, my favorite moments for Vegeta, and that's not a good thing.
The level of expediency is what made it so funny. Just immediate, like, okay, I'm done.
I love how he was able to. Like he's over here taking hits, everything, and then like she says that, and he moves at light speed.
Yeah.
Like where was this earlier? Why are we not swinging on him like that?
Well, let's not act like I'm not getting my ass kicked here. And that threat, okay, both of those things together, I'm done. I get it.
I saw more despair in his eyes than any other moment in Dragon Ball. In that one moment. I'm not taking a bath with you. Slow motion, zoom in on his eye. Just why?
Said,
no way, bro. No. That's more worse than him crying when fighting against Frieza. There was more despair in his eyes in that moment.
I think it was just exaggerated for the comedic effects. I don't think he was actually disparaged about it, but
keep in mind,
maybe
Goma's fist was giant ass fist. Was closing in. It was right here to his face, bro. It was right there. Instantly right next to Bulma in half a second.
I don't blame him. Maybe he's getting his ass beat and there's one more punch to the face coming at you. That's all the more reason to fucking go.
Bro.
He couldn't dodge any of those punches until he ran back.
He was playing around with his food. You could tell because of how Vegeta is. He was playing with his food. And in that moment, he was like, oh, I can't lose that. Yeah, brother. Like he moved so fast that you know he's playing with his food. You know he didn't have to take a single hit because of how fast that man was moving. Like,
to be fair, like everything else, the human eye, it would have all been fast. So, like, it being fast in that moment, like, are we talking about what we could perceive? What was the level of perception when he was fighting versus?
We're talking about
Goma was shocked. Goma was shocked when he left. Goma was shocked.
It could have been like, okay, well, obviously they're always fighting quicker than what we would perceive, but it slowed down for us to enjoy the fight. But at that moment, like, is that how normal people see him move? Or was it actually faster than what he was fighting, not slowed down for the comedic effect?
I think he couldn't dodge Bulma's punches up until Bulma said no more bats, and then all of a sudden he finally dodged one because he flew all the way back.
I'm still going with taking the crowd out at the tournament was worse than that. You can't convince me otherwise.
No, I think I might have to change my answer. I think him losing the fight against Frieza was probably his worst moment, when he gave up hope completely and started crying. Then got choked into taking back shots by Frieza. That was probably his lowest moment, worst moment in my eyes. Let's see. All right, let's go over Seven Ninjas topic. So,
Oh. Yeah, you decide who was right this time. Go ahead, Squall.
so lowest moment between Frieza taking back shots, crying, and giving up, and Frieza Saga versus Frieza versus 18. I think the Frieza one is worse. Don't get me wrong, the 18 one was pretty bad. Vegeta reached one of his life goals of reaching Super Saiyan. And he thought he finally caught up. But nah, bro, he's still behind. That's pretty bad. And there's memes about him. But in terms of like all story-wise, like one of the biggest staples on Vegeta's personality is his Saiyan pride. And for him to completely stop fighting mid-fight and start crying like a little bitch, there's nothing about that screams pride out to me, you know?
Right.
Sure, there's no memes about that, but this moment was so bad, bro. In the manga, they actually had to bring in a narrator for the first time and talk about how Vegeta gave up completely because his pride was so broken. I don't think there's any other moments in the manga where they had like a narrator just start talking like that. In the anime, they actually changed it to King Kai's voice, talking about how sorry he felt for Vegeta and his pride being broken to the point he had to go into tears. That moment was pretty bad. So, and like, due to the fact that this is Frieza, he's the dude he hates the most. He hates this guy more than Goku. Had him on a little leash since he was a kid. Like, dance monkey. Like, I'd be pissed if like my whole life I trained, fought, went on the front lines for this asshole for 20 plus years, and like I think I finally got strong enough to kill this guy. And nah, bro, 20 years down the drain and I'm still worthless. That would make me sick to my core.
Right. Something about his pride too going into the 18 fight. It's not completely unfounded because he did fight 19 and take 19 out, no problem, and probably could have done the same with Duro. So like the only equivalency that he might have thought or the only power he had to reference would have been what he already fought and won. So I don't think I know that Trunks was worried about those two, but I don't even think was Trunks still around at that time to say, hey, those are actually the right androids, or did he go back?
He showed up after they fought those 19 and 20.
So yeah, 17 and 18 to him would have been probably closer to 19 in his mind. So again, I don't think like that pride or that cockiness was completely unfounded until he got whooped. That's just an aside.
We're talking about the difference between despair and straight up humbly.
Right.
And it's like, in this one, he loses the battle. He's too cocky. He loses the battle into a woman, which I think is a factor to some degree, especially because like Bulma would be his reference of what a woman is. So like, yeah, I feel like he's gonna be a bit more embarrassed about that. However, is despair in this conversation greater than the embarrassment of losing to 18? I feel like Frieza might be stronger in this situation. I think Frieza's breaking of his pride might be stronger. Because I don't know, man. Rock. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta think about this.
Yeah, he didn't cry against
humbling. So to be humbled is definitely to be embarrassed to a degree. As a person that has felt both despair and embarrassment, despair always is the worst feeling. Embarrassment you can always kind of come back from. I guess despair you can too, but there is just a guttural, just something is broken in me now from despair that will take time to fix. And embarrassment can do that. You know, I've even been embarrassed on the podcast before when I couldn't say the word water for some reason. But that's, you know, those kind of things can just, you know, you brush it off, whatever, right? You know, despair is like, hey, something really bad has happened, and it's going to take a lot to get past it. So, and there's different levels of embarrassment. Sure, you know, like, say you get pantsed in front of the girl you like in high school, and maybe she thinks your little dingling is maybe a bit too small for her liking, right? That could be embarrassing. That's like, hey, my hormones are raging right now. I'm like going to take myself out because I can't get past this thing. So of course, again, there's different levels, but despair, man, to feel despair is like, man, I don't think anything will get me past this. Embarrassment, again, could feel that same way. But I've never gone far enough, I guess, with embarrassment. Or maybe it's just a mindset too, like, okay, well, that happened, but whatever, right? Despair usually feels like it comes accompanied with pure loss, where embarrassment seems like, well, that sucked for me, but I haven't really lost much. I guess if I'm going to make the argument, it would be the amount of loss between despair and embarrassment. And with despair, I feel like there's a much more higher level of loss.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm thinking about like the subject, it's not like is despair worse than embarrassment or anything like that. It's more of like, do I feel more bad for Vegeta in this moment than this moment here? And like watching Vegeta take all them back shots is hard to take, bro. They really played out how bad like he was getting it during when he gave up that fight, bro. Like, bro, just end it already. Stop doing it to him already.
But it's almost like you're watching torture.
Huh?
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Your moment of Vegeta destroying the crowd with the Big Bang Theory, not Big Bang Theory, Big Bang Attack.
Big Bang Theory?
Versus
What are we talking about, Skull?
I'll start it with a little fun. Anyways,
your moment of him destroying the crowd versus him losing to Android 18. Which one's worse and why?
Man, that's tough. Again, we're talking about two different types of things here. One happening from him and one happening. Both moments, I think, would have made the viewer feel bad. Like when he did that, you know, I thought of him as a redeemed person, right? And then to see the redeemed person you thought was on your side to betray you in that matter, it's like a personal blow, I think, to the viewers, where in the Frieza instance, like the viewers kind of felt bad for Vegeta. At that point in time, he wasn't really brought into the fold. He was just kind of more of an enemy of my enemy kind of thing. So somebody who in the last saga himself was the threat, now getting his ass kicked, like to me, I didn't feel as bad because I wasn't quite moved on from what happened before. Like, of course he was helping out our guys, right? But it's just, again, a common threat. I don't know if he's necessarily for me. So I think mine, just from the fact that, okay, Vegeta's already established. To this point, you know, we've been with him through the Frieza, the Cell, most of Buu at this point, and he's into the fold because he's with Bulma, right? He's like part of the gang now. Just to see that happen again, you're like, oh, like it was kind of gut wrenching. And then just kind of like, even right after, you know, the immediate, well, I did this because I want to fight Kakarot, and now I'm a good guy again because now I'm the one fighting Buu to save Earth. I'm like, you're gonna just wipe out a whole stadium of people like for absolutely no reason, especially if you're trying to be the good guy again. Like it almost even makes more to the argument that shouldn't have happened in the first place. Again, like, and I know the Dragon Balls can bring those people back, and I know he did it more as like a threat to Goku, like, hey, fight me or there will be more of this. But like there's still, I don't know, man. It didn't need to happen.
I hear you.
So I think the history and just what we thought of, what led to both of those, or what happened before and after all of either of those two opportunities, I would still think that mine's probably the worst, but I might be biased also, right?
No, like when I think about like your moment, like there were some Dragon Ball YouTubers I used to watch. When the Buu saga first started, and when Vegeta was first reintroduced in the Buu saga, because they're kind of slow on reintroducing everybody else. It was mainly centered around Gohan and his high school shenanigans and stuff. They tried to make it more goofy, adventurous, and slow paced and stuff in the Buu saga when it first started. And then when they finally introduced Vegeta again, you know, like he goes to Bulma's house to get like to talk about either the World Martial Arts Tournament or to get the Great Saiyaman outfit. I can't remember which one it was. But they finally introduced Vegeta, and Vegeta is like looking at Gohan. He's like, "Don't let peaceful times make you soft, Gohan." And then basically, like one of the YouTubers I watched at this time, when he brought up this point, he said basically this is Vegeta's uncle moment, you know, like he's basically giving Gohan advice right here, like don't let peaceful times make you soft. And it's basically saying that like he's basically establishing himself as a good guy at this moment, that he's changed, blah blah blah, because of this moment. And the fact that he just completely switched up again was like a huge like blow to more of us, the audience, you know. So that I would say like that switching up was like kind of like a huge change on us, the audience, for sure. The Big Bang moment, him blowing up the audience, was kind of like 9-year-old me was just kind of like, we'll wish him back with the Dragon Balls. Like that's just me.
Wow. Oh my god. Brock, do you hear this guy? Do you hear this man?
I get it. I think I'm still kind of again with my own idea, but I am gonna get my kids food real quick. It should take like literally a few seconds. So
all right, take your time.
Sorry.
Like, I'm basically trying to say in between these two moments. Hey, what's up, Inks babe? Welcome in. But yeah, between those two moments, for sure, like between yours and Brock's, I would most likely say, what's it called? I'll probably side with you. Yours is more worse between those two moments, because like the Vegeta one, he was supposed to be a good guy. We were expecting him to be a good guy here, and then he just switches up. So that's more of like a blow to the audience or the viewers, us, rather than crap. Sorry, babe. I'm sorry, Mr. Stream. Next time. But yeah, I feel like that's more of a blow to us, the viewers, that he switched up to be a bad guy again, rather than like more of like I should feel sorry for the in-anime audience, if that makes sense. You know, versus like I actually felt bad for Vegeta in the Android 18 fight. It's like because we all thought like Super Saiyan was this big bad form, and then these androids just turned them into uselessness. It's like, damn, bro, we got a real threat on our hands right here, you know? Like, I was worried in the audience.
We also don't have a connection at all with the audience members at all. So it's like, do we really care that much? I don't think the average Dragon Ball fan does.
I was more worried about Goku and the Heart Fighters at that time than I was about Vegeta getting folded.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of like Vegeta reached Super Saiyan. He has to be. He can't be like if he's not equal in strength to Goku, he can't be that much weaker or stronger than Goku, you know? So him losing to Android 18, getting folded damn near, like easily, meant that like Goku would get folded as well. So it's like, if Vegeta can't beat him, then like, how's Goku gonna come back and win the fight, you know?
I don't know. I don't think Goku would have went into that fight like that. I just don't. Like Goku would have been tested in the waters, would have figured something out. Vegeta was talking crazy. like Vegeta was talking crazy. Like,
did we know at that time that Super Saiyan was a multiplier? How did we all register Super Saiyan at the time?
I think we would have to assume it's a multiplier because like Frieza was like a giant jump from base Goku.
Right.
So,
but if
it would have to be.
So that we. Right, so I was thinking that it was a multiplier, even Vegeta's, unless he caught back up to Goku base form at the time, which I'm not sure was the case even, because Goku, there was that time skip with Gohan getting older, then Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan all went out to train. Even if the training stayed consistent, like you would still think Goku base was stronger than Vegeta base. So if we thought it was a multiplier at the time, like Goku still probably would have been stronger in his Super Saiyan form.
Yeah.
Just food for thought.
But stronger than Android 18 though?
I don't think that fight would have went the same. I don't think that fight would have
we don't have any reference because Goku was already gone at the time 18 came around in Trunks' timeline.
I feel like he would have pulled what he did to Cell.
I'm under the impression that I agree with what you're saying, Seven Ninja. He would have taken a different approach. He would have been smarter. He wouldn't have had underestimated his enemy. But I don't think the result would have been that much. Maybe he would have put up a better fight for sure, if anything. But I think Goku would have still lost against Android 18.
How would we put Cell on the power ranking? No, okay, so Kamifuse Piccolo was fighting on par with 17, about the same as he fought on par with Cell Incomplete. So assuming Cell Incomplete was on the same level as 17, and Cell, right, and Piccolo was at that time the strongest, going toe-to-toe with these, then I think Piccolo being the strongest on the same level would put Goku under that level. So I think that's the only referencing that we can do. I don't even think Goku would have probably held up to 18 at that time. That's the only thing I can think of referencing power levels at. But
do we know if 17 is weaker than 18?
I think 17 is stronger. I'm under the impression the lower the number, the stronger the android.
No, because then the OG Dragon Ball androids would be stronger, which wouldn't make sense.
The what Dragon
Ball? Like
Shiro. The other one was the movie.
Shiro and
I think 16 was stronger than 17 and 18.
Yeah, I think he was.
He wasn't really keeping them in line though. In the same way,
he didn't really care about that. He was like, because I remember when First Form Cell showed up, he was warning 17 that like, hey, he's stronger than you, 17. And then like when he went to go step in and fight, like and Android 18 was like, hey, like she was worried about 16. 16 was like, don't worry, we're like pretty even on power, blah blah blah. Me and First Form Cell.
Yeah. Yeah, but also like we're talking about like 19 and 20. 19 would be the one Vegeta killed, and 20. So if it's higher, it would have to be weaker. But like 18 and 17 would have to be. I feel like they're somewhat similar. They're like twins anyway.
I think what we're getting with the higher the lower the number, the higher the combat. I would argue that 19 and 20 were different kind of entities than 17 and 18 were, where they had the infinite energy, but the absorption could have led to higher power.
Yeah.
So like it was a potential versus or like a level up and down versus kind of a static. But yeah, I think 19 and 20 could have potentially been stronger. But yeah, I think the argument for 16 that you made is valid.
Okay. Before we take up too much time, I think I kind of want to move on because like I know there's a couple other topics. Ninja had like a pretty good topic, and then like someone from the Discord had a pretty good topic as well. So, everyone in the future, what do you guys think was the worst moment for Vegeta? Did any of us have the worst moment for Vegeta? Who do you agree with and why? Leave so in the comments. Segment
Why am
2.
I right?
Okay,
Why am I
secret
right?
cold sauce. Alright, segment 2 starts now.
Damn.
Stop him! Now he's gonna get himself killed.
Alright, we're back. So this one will be Seven Ninja's topic. Seven Ninja had a pretty good topic.
Oh, I did. Yeah. So the question is, could Hit beat Kid Buu? Like, and I guess the answer to this would be the answer is, do we want to do at their current power for when they were debuted, or do we want to do like static 1v1? What are we doing there?
We could put current power.
You know what? I don't think it
debut.
matters. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
No, I think
really
it does
matter.
a little bit. Like, cause like Hit when first debuted, he got stronger later. He had like some new powers. He was in 3 fights. Like he fought.
Let's do debut, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. We can do
Well,
debut.
I mean, for Kid Buu, it doesn't really matter. For Hit, it matters because he's in 3 fights and he gets stronger and shows new powers in all 3 fights. But for Kid Buu, he was in 1 fight.
That's
basically.
true.
I don't know if I would
That's
say
true.
it's a new ability as much as it's like he just didn't need to use it
progress.
before. The progression seems to be more of a matter of strength. Maybe you could argue that he's learning like
Well-
Broly does, but I feel like that was more of a matter of like strength or adapting in like martial arts.
I don't think level of strength matters because it's ability versus ability kind of in this one versus strength level.
I would say new techniques count toward higher strength.
I just want to start off with like, okay, does Hit have some kind of like spirit bomb ability?
No. Yes.
Like- That's kind of important to beating Buu. That or throwing him into the sun.
I don't think Hit has any kind of ability. It's against most enemies because most enemies have their bodies aren't particularly malleable, kind of, or regenerative, kind of like Buu's is. Like if you think Goku, you think Piccolo, you think anybody that he's gone up against, even Jiren. Like, yeah, they're strong beings, but for the most part, like they don't get hit the same way Buu gets hit, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said it. I don't think it really matters, Tournament of Power or Universal 6 versus 7 tournament, because no matter how strong Hit gets, we
Six
still
what?
don't see 6. Yeah, we still don't see any technique from Hit that I think would be able to take Buu out like So yeah, that's why I said I don't think it matters really. Like you're right, he does get stronger, his technique does improve, but it's not to the level of like destructiveness that would take a being like Boo out.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I feel like it should be no diff. Hit should be able to win. Because Goku, Super Saiyan God, can finally hold somewhat of a candle to Beerus. Beerus, although Fat Boo was like probably like half the power of what Kid Boo is, or less. Like Fat Boo just one-shots Fat Boo. And so I feel like he should be able to do the same with Kid Boo. And so the fact that Super Saiyan God Goku can at least somewhat put up a fight against Beerus, and then he went levels higher against Hit. He went Super Saiyan Blue, and then he went Super Saiyan Kaioken, or Super Saiyan Blue times Kaioken, and still lost
to keep up with the technique time skip. But again, we don't see that destructive property. The thing that makes Hit dangerous is he has all the time in the world to hit vital points in a body, a mortal body, right? So that's what I'm saying is like, okay, well, that works for everybody that's mortal, but for a being like Boo, we don't see that destructiveness from Hit no matter how strong he is. Like, he can time skip maybe to a point where he can figure something out to beat Kid Boo. But again, Kid Boo's body doesn't react like all the bodies that an assassin type attack would typically take out. So that's my thing. Like, if you think maybe one of Hit's punches and a time skip speed might be strong enough to take out Boo instantly, I get it. He could maybe move so fast that he could literally just pull apart the body atom by atom. I'm not sure, but like, again, we just don't see anything from Hit that's outside of, oh, I'll just move faster than you and hit your vital points. Like, whatever he used against Jiren was probably the most unique thing we've seen him do outside of time skip with punches. But like, even that I wouldn't say was like a destructive move. It was more of a, hey, stay still so I can just push you off the edge kind of move. Yeah. Which again, I don't think would be a destructive force against the Kid Boo type body. But yeah, you're right. Like, obviously Goku's at such a higher power than he was when he fought Kid Boo. But if we're thinking Spirit Bomb, like, that's not solely just Goku's power either. I don't know.
So your guys'
my thing is like, could Kid Boo get disabled? And what I mean by that is like, think of like Ty Lee from Avatar, how she would straight up disable a person's ability to move. Like, could Hit do something like that? I know it's in his weapon repertoire, but like, could he do it to someone like Boo? I don't think he could. I feel like it'd be like a SpongeBob situation versus Bubble Bass.
Well, take what you're saying, do it to. Like, he can do it too, but I think what you're saying is like, of course he could do it too, Boo, but like, would it matter?
Boo? I don't think it would.
Right. Just to clarify, because that could mean two different things. So I just wanted to make sure we understood the accurate meaning.
So if you guys are saying, does he have vital points? Does he have joints and stuff that can get affected and disabled? I'm saying no. Like, he got stretchy limbs. Like, he can like regrow limbs, blah blah blah. He could like, if his arm got disabled, he could probably chop it off, regrow it, and be perfectly fine. If you guys are saying like Hit needs a huge destructive force to beat Boo, I'm saying that's not all you need to defeat Boo. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like, of all the situations we've seen, like any of the Boos fight, he always gets punched in his holes in his body, regrows back, flaps right back, blah blah blah. Those are all from like Vegeta, Goku, and stuff like that. But we've seen Fat Boo get defeated in a fight, like against Evil Boo. He's taken enough hits to the point where he's got bruises and stuff all over him, and he's done the same against Kid Boo, where he's taking like punches and kicks all to the point where he's getting tired and he's got bruises all over his his body. He's basically the same being as Kid Buu. So I would say if like the fight lasts long enough, he takes enough strong enough hits, he will probably get tired and bruised up and stuff to the same point Fat Buu would be.
Well, I agree with what you say, but like the thing that actually took Buu out was the candy beam, right? He shot a candy beam at Evil Buu, and Evil Buu just took a breath and blew it right back and turned Buu into candy. So it wasn't that he even got beat. He got slowed down, but like the thing that took him out wasn't your normal just punching. And what I think the Kid Buu versus the Hit thing would end up being actually is like a kind of a war of attrition. Who tires out first? Like Kid Buu probably would take some hard hits from Hit, right? But I don't know if the destruction. This one's a toughie, really. Because you're right, he did get beat up a little bit. If it was Vegeta, if Goku and Vegeta fused, it could have been an entirely different thing. So. But again, I'm wondering, like, what would it have taken? Because even Vegeta's, giant explosion wasn't enough to take Buu out, because he literally could piece himself back together from such a wild state. Which I would argue he got messed up more that way than he did from Evil Buu, to a degree, outside of the candy beam being blown back. So is it just it's the ability versus the body type? Would it be a war of attrition? Would Kid Buu just be completely annihilated as far as punching and kicks go, but like still be able to have that regenerative type body to just when hits finally kind of worn out, like that's all it takes kind of thing? That's kind of where I'm going from, is the ability versus body type versus just straight power. But again, you're right, Kid Buu did take that damage. Which slowed him down to be taken out by something that's different than a punch and a kick.
Did we see anything in Daima that would maybe speak to like how Kid Buu might deal with something like it? Like, did we see anything happen to the fat one?
Didn't the small skinny one lose to that Togedemaru thing? Alright, that's Pokemon, ain't it?
Tamagami.
Tamagami. He lost in an actual fight, didn't he?
He kind of.
I would argue he's
kind of realized he was weak.
Right. I think the Do would have been the one that was more, because Do was created from the essence of Buu, where Ku was made from the essence of a Cyberman. So like I can't make that direct connection from Ku to Buu, but I can make from Do to Buu would make more sense, because it was part of Buu's body that was used to create Do, the fat one. So if we're making a straight one-to-one comparison, then Do would have to be the one that we would reference, and not the Cyberman one. But yeah, I don't know. It seemed like Do got his butt kicked a handful of times, but he was never just out for the count. But even then, we can't make a one-to-one comparison, because it seemed like outside of the mini Goku and Do fight, like Do wasn't really fighting. Well, okay, so Do only 1v1 to the Tamagami, and then he 1v1 mini Goku. So like, outside of that, he was really kind of fighting against King Goma as a team. And I don't think he actually got hit with anything really destructive that would have taken him out outside of. I'd have to rewatch that. I'm not super familiar. But it seemed like he fared well. He beat the Tamagami, so him getting sliced up by the sword didn't slow him down. And then fighting against mini Goku, like they got interrupted, I think, before it got too far into the fight.
Yeah. I think too much in Daima would give us any hints with Kid Buu
right.
Hit. Like my thing is like Fat Buu still got one-shotted by Beerus. So like, and it didn't take like a spirit bomb type attack to beat him. It took like an actual hit. So
right.
The fact that he could do that means anyone can defeat one of the Boos with hits alone, but not Spirit Bomb type hits, you know.
So, I mean, he took Boo out for a second, but he didn't destroy the body. So that's what we're talking about. Is like the body, like the only way to beat Boo to a degree is the total destruction of the body. So like that's the question of, does Hit have the capacity to do so? And through the techniques that Hit has is what makes me think, no, not necessarily.
Are we talking about beat in a fight or kill Boo?
It would have to be kill. In this particular scenario, it would have to be kill.
Yeah, because killing Kid Boo is the only thing that would stop him.
Yeah.
Fat Boo seems to have some capacity of intelligence, where Kid Boo is really just a menace.
Okay, I'm
not saying that Kid Boo doesn't have intelligence.
Talking about. Oh God.
Oh no, sorry. You clarify.
Oh, my bad. See that's different. I thought we were talking about could Hit defeat Boo Kid Boo in a fight. If it's like kill, like utterly destroy his body, okay, that's a whole different story. Okay.
Right. No, Hit could probably immobilize to a degree. But yeah, I guess my goal for winning a fight with Kid Boo would be the destruction of Kid Boo.
Yeah, that's kind of tough because like I'm still under the impression that like they can be killed through force alone without like a Spirit Bomb type attack if you're strong enough. It's just a question of whether or not Hit is strong enough to do that. I know Beerus for sure could probably, like without Hakai, he could probably kill one of the Boos through like punches and enough force alone, you know. It's just whether or not is Hit up to that level where he can kill a Boo. I definitely think he could subdue Kid Boo, but like kill him, that's maybe that's different.
Right. That's where I'm getting kind of hung up. So Hit would have beaten Kaioken Blue Goku, or he did, right? Ultimately, he did. So both of the Gokus that they fought were on different levels, which would make you think that Hit would be able to hang at a higher level than Kid Buu would be able to. But again, it wasn't just Goku's power alone. So that's kind of my hang up. So you're right, like the level that Hit was able to go toe to toe was at a higher level than Kid Buu. So I mean the power's there undeniably.
I mean, he would have to throw Kid Buu into the sun, and I don't know if he can breathe in space or he'd have the time to do that based on his skill he's got right now.
That's a good question. Can he breathe in space?
I've only ever seen him in spaces that aren't space.
And Hit from Dragon Ball. Breathe in space. Hit the legendary assassin cannot breathe in the vacuum of space. That's what Google says.
Must be true.
Must be true. Must be true.
Only going to reference what we've seen.
The only other reference I'm thinking of is Goku throws the Spirit Bomb at Jiren. Jiren completely halts it in its tracks, wards it off, throws it back at Goku. Hit has a fight with Jiren, the amazing Jiren that can stop a Spirit Bomb, and was able to hold him in place and go toe to toe with him. The same one that threw off, completely warded off a Spirit Bomb, the same Spirit Bomb. The only question is, was the Spirit Bomb just as strong as the one? Huh?
I wouldn't say it's the same exact Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, the only question is, like, is this Spirit Bomb stronger or weaker than the Spirit Bomb thrown at Kid Buu? But it's a Spirit Bomb nonetheless.
The Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu was like all of Earth, a lot of Namek. Like it was a lot of energy going into that one versus being in a vacuum, only being able to get from the fighters of Universe 10 or Universe 7.
7.
Yeah, 7. I mean, which they're all obviously on their own stronger probably than any other being on Earth at the moment by themselves. But it wasn't just Earth. I don't know. I don't know which spirit bomb in that instance would have been stronger. Is there any?
And like,
I'll look it
this
up.
is super. So they've all trained and gotten stronger at this point. So it's just like they got stronger than the versions of themselves during the Buu saga. So it's like, is this spirit bomb equal, weaker, or stronger still? You know, I'm just gonna Google it. Was the spirit bomb Goku threw at Jiren stronger than the one he threw Kid Buu? Spirit bomb thrown at Jiren in Super was significantly stronger than the one used against Kid Buu in Z.
So where are you getting that from? Because that's different than what I'm getting.
What does yours say?
Sorry, it says the spirit bomb used against Kid Buu was fundamentally stronger in terms of raw energy gathered. That's crazy.
You can get it from the planet as well.
You're getting it off of AI overview.
Yeah.
I wonder why that's different.
Well, this one's saying it was
One's
fueled by the
using Grok,
power
one's
of
using
multiple
ChatGPT.
elite. It's saying this one's used by it was fueled by the power of multiple elite fighters from Universe 7 in their prime, including Resurrection Frieza and 17. So those, like, you add Frieza giving power, Golden Frieza, that would make a difference between those two spirit bombs, you know, with Frieza and without
All right.
Frieza.
So this one, the spirit bomb used against Kid Buu is fundamentally stronger in terms of raw energy gathered, as it harnessed the power of the entire Earth and Namek populations. While in the Tournament of Power, spirit bomb against Jiren was technically powerful, it was constrained by the limited energy of Universe 7 fighters in the arena. So it's not like they were getting the full energy from Universe 7 either, because they still had to fight after giving the energy. So I don't know. That's
You don't even really know how to quantify the power that they would have given anyway. We don't even know what that is.
Here's the comparisons that we're getting. So Kid Buu Spirit Bomb sourced energy from Earth, powered up by Super Saiyan transformation and new Namek. Power considered the most powerful single energy source at that point in the series, but that's that series. Result obliterated Kid. Okay. Source for the Tournament of Power limited to the energy of participants remaining in the ring. That doesn't seem right. I mean, maybe.
No, I still get it. It's like there's like
strength primarily
10-ish fighters versus millions of beings.
Strength primarily relied on Goku, who was already low on stamina. Yeah, and then easily deflected by Jiren, who overpowered it with. So I don't know. But that's the comparison I'm getting between Kid Buu and Jiren. They're acting like it's the same power level there, which it's not. So
I would say
I kind of agree with mine and disagree with mine also.
I would say adding in Frieza. I mean, there's still 17 in the Kid Buu one. But adding in Frieza, adding in Frieza's energy would that make up the whole Earth and Namek or more? Like,
See, but that's the thing though, is because it wasn't even all of Frieza's energy though. And Frieza even gave energy again afterwards to Goku the second time he needed to power up after the Ultra Instinct again. So it wasn't even probably close. It was probably like just a makeshift, like, hey, I need this now, give what you can. But yeah, that wasn't anywhere close to all the energy they could have given. Where with the instance with Kid Buu, I mean, they needed all the energy from everybody because the only person fighting was Goku at the time. Well, and Vegeta, but
yeah, I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. But like, when all the Z fighters, if they give their energy, they're not going to be completely depleted of energy like a human would when giving up the spirit bomb. Like they gave that example of like when that fat dude gave like energy in the Buu saga, and he's like, oh, what the, I feel like I just ran a mile, what the heck? But like, if like any of the Z fighters give up energy, they're just perfectly fine afterwards. And like I would argue that like a human would have to give up all their energy like that for the spirit bomb to actually put a dent into anybody. And
Right, because you're getting
like
millions of power levels ranging anywhere from 1 to probably 100 at most from any human, really. But
But you're also
And,
getting the planet too. It's not just the
Yes.
people; the planets are giving to you, and planets are like. I feel like the energy from a planet versus a person is entirely different. We're talking about vast quantities, way more of energy. Even though we would think like, Vegeta and Goku can destroy a planet, I feel like the matter of taking energy into a spirit bomb from a planet is far greater.
yeah, I agree with you. I just don't think he did that. Like he didn't take from the planet anymore after the Frieza saga for some reason. It was like the spirit bomb only got bigger when energy was given from people. It's like I think they strayed away from that idea of taking from the planet for some reason. Just lazy writing. I'm chalking it up to lazy writing. But
again,
what's it
with
called?
my overview, it is saying harness the power of the entire Earth dynamic population. So even in my overview, it's not saying that it's harnessing the Earth power itself necessarily. But again, AI is not always accurate on everything. So I'm sure if I were to rewatch the show, it might have a different thing.
Yeah, my
answer.
argument is first form Frieza is enough to take out all of the Namekian people on New Namek, Old Namek, whatever. Like I'd say a fraction of first form Frieza is enough to take out all of them. And like if final form Frieza gives up a fraction of his energy to the spirit bomb, I think that's enough to make up for the whole Earth population and New Namek population. So
We're also assuming that he gave a lot. We don't really know if he gave a lot at all.
yeah, I'm saying
yeah, they
a
didn't know how
fraction
much
of
they
his
could
power is
give.
enough to make up for all of that. That's my argument. So whether or not the spirit bomb against Jiren is stronger or not than Kid Buu or not, I don't know if it's stronger. But I think it's at least on par with Kid Buu. That's my
Okay,
argument.
I'm lost in the weeds right now. What was the original argument that we were making here?
We were talking about
'cause, like-
Kid versus Kid Buu. Kid
Yes,
beat Kid Buu.
Okay.
because like my argument was basically how it ties into like can Hit take on and defeat Kid Buu was like I guess was like the spirit bombs were like is that Jiren took on. Like I'm comparing it to bringing it back to Hit because like of Logan and like Hunter's old argument, like if you can stop a force, that makes you about as strong as a force. And Jiren can stop a spirit bomb by Goku, which I'm arguing was like around the same strength as the one that took out Kid Buu. And since the same hit can stop Jiren, who can stop a spirit bomb that destroyed Kid Buu, that puts him around power enough to destroy Kid Buu.
Well, if Hit didn't have the time skip, do you think he would have been on the same power level as Jiren? Like, the only thing that made Hit a threat to Jiren was the technique itself. So, like, again, we're thinking, okay, well, what can the technique do? Most of Hit's techniques are insta-kill, right? Fatal blows.
I hated the fact that they kept bringing Hit into those tournaments. He can't kill
Right.
at him. Like, what are we doing?
Right, right, exactly. But he was powerful enough to be revered as a
Yeah.
contestant, right? So like that was the thing. So yeah, he's on the level of gods ultimately. But again, it wasn't that Jiren was afraid of the Hit for being stronger. It was, oh, that technique's going to be a problem, which it almost was. But again, that technique wasn't really being even used to take Jiren out. It was just being used to push him out of the ring.
Yeah.
And it took all that Hit had to do that. So again, it's fundamentally like what the technique is doing versus power scaling. I think So no matter how much stronger Jiren is than Kid Buu, for Hit to be able to hold his own against Jiren in such a way, again, the power with Hit is there. Could he knock Kid Buu out for an allotted amount of time? Probably. But I just don't know the level.
Would it be enough to throw him into the sun? I don't know. I mean, if you can knock him out, then maybe. But like, he cannot breathe in space, as far as we know, and he has no form of spirit bomb. At the end of the day, what seems to matter most is that he gets hit into an energy ball or some kind of blast that straight up atomizes him, because he can always regrow from nothing, like Cell does. So if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Hit wins this, unless he can throw him into the sun. You can't do true damage to something that has no real weak point. You can't like ignore defenses on something that doesn't care.
There was no amount of hitting or punching that Vegeta or Goku were going to do to take Kid Buu out. It had to be the Spirit Bomb. And it had to be a Spirit Bomb with a powered up Goku, because he wasn't winning until he got his energy restored by the Namekian Dragon Ball Wish.
I think,
so again, the level, the strength of the caster has nothing to do with it. And at that time, Goku was pretty depleted.
Yeah.
Against Jiren. Oh, against Jiren until he wasn't.
Well, those versions of Goku and Vegeta definitely couldn't do enough damage to Kid Buu or Fat Buu. I think once they reach Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, I think they can outspeed the Boos, they can out stamina the Boos, they can out strength the Buu. The point where they can basically obliterate them with punches alone and stuff. Like another argument I wanted to bring up was, so the technique that Hit used against Jiren, that immobilized Jiren broke out of it. Could Kid Buu break out of that? I don't think Kid Buu could.
Going back to, so actually, do Cell Juniors have the same properties as Cell, like entirely?
I feel like we could assume yes. I feel like we could assume,
With the same properties apply, because Gohan was able to one-shot all of the Cell Juniors that would have the same restorative properties, but they were annihilated by not energy blasts. So could we apply that? Could we apply that to Hit?
That's a good argument to bring up.
Okay.
Like, so they got sliced in half and didn't regenerate. That's what you're bringing up.
Yeah.
I think that's a great argument for sure. 100%. I think
we know that
Kid regeneration's a little bit stronger.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, Fat Buu got cut in half at some point. And so if that's possible, I would assume that he'd be fine if he got cut by Hit.
Well, I'm just saying, I would imagine that the Cell Juniors would have also had that same restorative power to a degree, but they just got hit hard enough to where...
I'm chalking that up to bad writer. I'm chalking that up to bad, right?
Again, all we have to reference are our abilities and power and certain.
That wouldn't make any sense if they didn't have the ability at all.
Right. But Cell, I think, after he made him, said, "Oh, these are all my children. They are this almost equivalent to me in all matters, right, or whatever." I could be paraphrasing, but. I don't know.
I hear you.
But are they perfect?
They should have the regeneration powers, the same regeneration powers. I just think they got hit so hard that they died. They couldn't regenerate.
Right, so that's what I'm thinking. Are we applying that kind of Dragon Ball Z logic to other Dragon Ball Z?
Cell Max has a weak point in his head.
Oh.
And that might be similar to the Cell Juniors in some way.
I think Dr. Hedo put that weak point there on purpose, to just in case, like a fail-safe option, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't think the Cell, like the original Cell or the Cell Juniors, had a weak point like that. But I do like where Brock is going with this, though, because of like.
Well, that's just my thought process. That's the only thing that I can think of historically that would give credence to what your argument would be that exact scenario.
Yes.
But again, that's the only thing I can think of, though, because everything else points to my argument, I think.
Yeah, there's that. And then, like, Beerus, like, I think Beerus knocking out Fat Boo would be, like a point that they don't need to just be obliterated by a blast. They can actually, like, get knocked out.
Right. So that's the thing is I didn't understand necessarily what you were saying by beat or win against or whatever, win a fight. Like I was thinking total annihilation, which again I don't think it has the capacity to do outside of what I just referenced with the Cell Juniors. So,
yeah, it'd definitely be tougher. It'd definitely be tougher for sure. But him locking Kid Buu into place to the point where he pummels his body into smithereens. Like, I think he that's the best argument I can come up with. Like, because like I don't know if Kid Buu can break out of it to the same easiness as Jiren would, you know.
Right.
I don't think
you want to be. Sorry, just making sure we have time for the last thing if you want to. We've been on this one for a minute, but Ninja, maybe finish what you, are you still trying to finish by 7:00?
Yeah, let's do our final thoughts on this. Ninja, give your final thoughts on what you think of everything we brought up so far.
I think that Hit could knock him out, but if we're talking about outright killing him because of the fact that Kid Buu's always still going to be a threat, I would say that he couldn't kill him.
Huh? Anything else you wanted to bring up? Because I know we were kind of cutting you off here or there.
Yeah, sorry.
I am the Great 7 Ninja 7, and go on, Rock.
What about, give your thoughts on if Hit can be held Kid Buu in place and what do you think about that?
At the end of the day, the number one thing we always see with anyone that can regenerate is that they must be atomized. And maybe he can throw a bunch of small ki blasts from his hands like we've seen him do before, but that attack seems very similar to the idea of what Ty Lee does from Avatar, or like what Neji does in Naruto. It basically shuts down weak points. And when it comes down to what we see with Hit, I don't believe that would even stop Majin Buu. I think if anything, it would split him apart and then he'd regrow or become multiple different copies. But could he atomize Majin Buu? I doubt it.
Then the last one I wanted to hear your thoughts on. What about the Cell Junior one where Gohan ripped him in half, they didn't regenerate. They just poofed.
That feels strictly because of the fact that they're coming from Cell, Perfect Cell. I don't really understand why they wouldn't have had the ability to regenerate. That feels very similar to what we were saying about like Vegeta and Nappa, as in like that's some form of bad writing, because it's like you didn't do what was supposed to be there. We know this ability is a part of him, and yet you didn't give it to them for whatever reason. There's no real explanation why they wouldn't have it either. So I feel like Gohan got a cool moment that shouldn't have happened. At least not in that way.
All right, Brock.
So
final thoughts.
We do have a retcon here, according again to Google AI, right? Sure. Retcon: the Dragon Ball Super manga and official lore, as seen by the Dragon Ball Fusions wiki, revealed that they survived the Cell games by regenerating, likely using the same mechanic as Cell through single remaining nucleus.
All of them did?
So, if that's... It says it's a Dragon Ball Super retcon from the manga, which is Toyotaro Toriyama. While having similar power, Cell Juniors had much lower stamina and were inferior to the original, obviously. But it says initial display Dragon Ball Z in the anime and manga, the Cell Juniors were quickly obliterated and did not regenerate, making them significantly less durable or incapable of the same recovery as Cell. But if it did get retconned in DBS, then I guess I don't know what... if we're using DBS retcon for a DBS character's argument, then I would probably agree more with Ninja on this one.
Well, so you're saying hit can't kill Kid Buu?
I would say the techniques don't have the correct capacity to completely take out a being like Kid Buu, especially with the retcon of the Cell Juniors technically regenerating. Because my other thought process toward your argument was based off of what I thought happened, but if I'm being corrected on that, then I'm going to go back to my prior argument.
I'm still saying hit can kill Kid Buu. I think if you can get knocked out, you can die. And we've seen if you can get bruised, then your regeneration can run out. Fat Buu's regeneration ran out. He got bruised, battered by Kid Buu. He got defeated by Beerus. I think they can die without getting animized. They can get knocked out, they can die, blah blah blah.
Oh.
And that's kind of my argument there. I think hit is on that threshold that can bruise and knock out the Buus. So that's my argument. For everyone in the future watching, let us know what you think. Can hit kill Kid Buu? Why or why not? All right. Bro, I don't think we got enough time for the other one. We'll have to save that one for in 2 weeks. So we'll just give our outros.
First one, though.
Huh?
That will be the first one we get into, though, for sure.
Yeah. Next one will be
Dragon Ball Z.
That's a good one. So it would be what is this? 22nd Budokai Goku versus Popovich.
Is it 22nd?
23rd or 22nd? It's the one where after the time skip when he's all grown up versus Piccolo versus Spopovich in the time. I think that's the one for sure.
Goku and Piccolo fought in the final match of the 23rd martial arts
23rd.
tournament.
I think that's the one that the guy in the Discord was bringing up. That's a good one. I like that idea. So that's going to be for the next Great Nimbus debates in 2 weeks. So if you guys want to see that debate, tune in on the next one. Jamie, pull up the soundboard.
Jamie? Heck no.
Oh, come on, really? You don't like Jamie Beck?
Jamie out here? What are you talking about? That's you.
Nah, you Jamie. You soundboard Jamie from now on.
Nah. But anyway.
All right, well, that's pretty much it for the Great
outros.
Nimbus Debates podcast, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am SquallRush, gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. Hit the link tree, hit the buy me coffee account, hit up the new Pokemon TCG Pocket deck video. Crippy. Thank you guys in the chat. Thank you guys in the panel for showing up, viewing, debating with me, all that good stuff. Next week is Nerding Out.
Something
that
racist.
will probably be a Rumble exclusive or Rumble premium stream, so be on the lookout for that. That is we are going over the anime, the Cabaneri and the Iron Fortress anime. First half of it I would kind of compare to Attack on Titan. The second half is like its own complete anime or its own separate anime. So if you guys want to tune in and hear our thoughts on that anime, tune in that one next Sunday. But besides that, no real new announcements from me. Pragmata is coming up So I will probably be streaming that game pretty soon, probably next weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Super dope game. Yeah, no now announcements. Outro question. We didn't even have an intro question.
Favorite
What do
villain?
you say? Best hangover food?
I do not remember.
All right. What outro question will be your best hangover food, or like the food you go to after a hangover? And mine is definitely going to be pho, boombo way. If you guys know what boombo way is, it's like a spicier broth of pho, type of pho. And you can get it. I always get it with the regular pho noodles, the thin noodles. That's a good one. Yeah. It usually comes with like a thicker noodle, but I get it with the regular thin sliced noodles. And like that one's pretty fire. Some class A.
Good soundbite.
Hangover food. Alright, Seven Ninja, take it away.
Who the hell is this nigga?
So I am the 7 into 7. You can find me in Game Jolt MeWe and Rumble, which should lead you right back to my Rumble channel. No new announcements other than we're playing Stalker these days, so Stalker 2 these days. So if you want to check out more of that, I might be getting Starfield, I believe the name is called. It's dropped on PlayStation, so I might be getting that. If I don't get that, it was more than likely will be Pragmata. Outside of that, Squall's already talked about the anime. Hangover food, you know, honestly, I'm probably hankering for something to eat, and I probably don't have the exotic meals that Squall's got. I'm probably just gonna get like a ham and cheese sandwich, you know, with like some like milk or something, bro. It'd be hitting different. And I think that's it.
All right. Oh, favorite part or favorite debate of the podcast.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
part where I was right. So
Okay, secret cold sauce.
let me thought. Favorite part would have to be Vegeta's worst moment.
That was a good one. We had some pretty good moments. I think that was probably mine as well. All right, Brock.
Brock Strat 55 on Rumble. I do some Pokemon stuff. I do some Diablo stuff. I'm all around the place. I try to kind of mainly commit to Pokemon though. Here soon, I probably will be streaming my reaction to Pokemon Champions. I haven't played it yet. The first time I play it will be on stream, so you'll have my genuine reaction. And yeah, not sure when that'll be. Might be a little while from now. Who knows? But my favorite. The best hangover food that I have had personally would be biscuits and gravy. That is a really good. The grease kind of helps offset your belly from the gravy. It kind of coats your belly in such a way to where it's not being completely destroyed by the alcohol from the night before. It kind of balances it out. And yeah, it tastes good. It's all around good food. Probably not the healthiest for you, but hey, if it helps fight a hangover, I'll take that. So, and then the favorite part of the podcast, I always enjoy What If, because the one thing that really just kind of makes Dragon Ball great are the fights themselves. So, like to hypothesize what a fight between two other combatants that wouldn't have otherwise crossed paths, like those are always kind of fun to just think about. So, I definitely liked the Hit versus Kid Buu argument.
And his name is John C.
Brock, this is the N-word soundbite.
Probably got like 3 of them.
I needed an N-word soundbite.
The N-word. What's good, my name?
That's his best one. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for tuning in again. I'm gonna be raiding Misfit. So make sure you guys check her out for the raid. And we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Who the hell is this
Goodbye.
nigga?